guys, it's Molly with Soul School Spiritual Guidance and Healing. I just got done with my Friday Live, and there's just another message that wants to come through, and I kind of had this. I kind of thought it was going to be about union, about the idea of this Gemini new moon potentially bringing somebody into our life that has the ability to offer us a mutually beneficial partnership. So the concept that the phrase that was coming through in the live was companion planting. Is that the right phrase? The concept I'm referring to is how certain plants just grow together under, like they grow well together under similar conditions if they're planted together. And that is interesting. The Seven Sisters came up in my last reading, and it's right now it's just kind of bridging the link between that phrase and the phrase the Three Sisters, which is, I believe, refers to a Native American planting practice in which they would plant like the squash and the corn and the beans all together in a way that they each help to support one another throughout their own growth. Isn't that a beautiful metaphor for what potential this Gemini new moon has for us to bring together somebody in our lives and us into theirs, that we can mutually support each other through our own growth process? That's cool. Adventure. Okay, that's really wild how they did that. That's really, really wild how they did that. I was just flipping through TikTok. I spend too much of my time on there. But between my last reading and this one, what I saw was this girl had posted this TikTok that it's a video that she received from her best friend. And she was just talking about how beautiful it is to have a best friend like this in her life. And her best friend was visiting the Eiffel Tower and doing like a whole like selfie video, like here we are, there's the Eiffel Tower, I'm gonna take a video of when it sparkles for you. And just the idea of this best friendship existing even when one person's in Paris and the other person is who knows where, right? So the image that's bringing back into mind is in the spiritual maturity card, we had two people climbing a mountain. And it's just about a spiritually mature relationship is one that understands that it's not always going to be flourishing. Your relationship might go into period of dormancy. Is it in here? Can I find it, please? I didn't go through the whole deck. It's in, I know I saw it, but I didn't see it. Anyways, yeah, so it's about two people understanding that they are a part of one another's paths, even when their paths take them to maybe even like different parts of the world. Okay, it's important to show you this image now. This is interesting because this is the image where we see a single person on a path. And if you watched my last reading, it's almost like this is the part of our journey that we have walked already, the part that we had to walk on our own. They did want me to talk about resolving conflict. This might be happening, okay? For some of you guys, somebody who you perceive as no longer on your path. How did I go through the entire deck and not find it? Where did I put that card? There's somebody that you see, you believe your paths have taken you in different directions. But the truth is that you're still a part of one another's path. Okay, I found it. This is the card that came up in my last reading. And the message that it was showing me is it's these two people on a path. Sometimes it's more of a rocky landscape, the relationship is, and sometimes it's more green and verdant and lush and growing, okay? So I feel like this is describing a particular partnership, okay? Because they're showing me this sequence, okay? Somebody in this partnership has, maybe both people, have been on a journey of self-respect. And what this means is it's definitely about self-love. It's about self-awareness. It's about knowing oneself well enough to honor one's own path through the world, okay? And not, how do I say this? Not always giving up or over to other people's paths, right? This is about autonomy, okay? And this is somebody who's learning how to be guided. You see this little fairy guiding them down their path. This is about somebody had to learn a lesson about walking their own path. They've got this hermit cloak, about the importance of their own path, about their own divinity, maybe even their connection to the stars. I almost feel like this person somehow ended up on an undesirable path in life, okay? Some of you guys might relate to this. And you had to go through a series of experiences that felt very, very like intuitively, spiritually guided, that essentially beamed you onto the path of self-respect, okay? You were on a path that was not going to lead to this castle. And in this castle, we've got these two hearts. And I feel like it's just, the castle represents, all right, once we have walked the path of self-love and self-respect, that's when we gain entry into a castle in which two heart flags can fly freely. And what that means is we have to learn how to fly our own heart flag. We need to learn what is our heart flag, what is our heart's desire, what is our own particular energetic signature, what is the way in which we take the love light of all of creation and shine it into this world. Okay? We have one person who knows how to fly their flag and another person who knows how to fly their flag. Then they can live together in a castle that flies these two flags, because it honors both individual paths, okay? So this is about a potentially healing a relationship that didn't work in the past because one or both people still had this path to walk, okay? They still had that path to walk. And now that they've walked that path, it's almost like, you know how like in, that's exactly what it looks like. The Super Mario Brothers. And you get to the end and he jumps on the flag and it's like, and then you just like warp into this other level, okay? So once you warp into this other level, you don't have to walk the path alone anymore because you've walked this one. Does that make sense? Yeah, and look at this. The stars and the moon, it's like the same. This is, I don't know how to say it. Understanding your own intuition, understanding your own guidance, understanding your own path, and then being able to merge that with somebody else's. To where you're each honoring your own path. You're each flying your own heart flag, okay? But walking together creates adventure, it creates healing, it creates companionship, it creates validation, support, protection often. Is there anything else you'd like to include about this resolving conflict card? Empathy, compassion, and understanding are the words that are on this. Is there anything else you want to include about this resolving conflict? Thank you, Spirit. It's definitely about a partnership. There's an adventure here. That adventure, okay. She's been through a transformation. She knows how to get her look, she's dressed in pink and she's dressed in pink, okay? Pink represents self-love, being cloaked in self-love. This person walks through the world in self-love. They had to go on a path here. You see how it's green and blue? This is about connecting to the heart and the throat chakra to understand what is the truth that lies within the heart, and then how can I speak and own and live in that truth. Okay? But the fact that she's like riding this butterfly or this moth, okay, I do feel like it's a moth. This is somebody who is, they've done the self-love work, right? And I feel like they're just kind of out on an adventure, enjoying their self-love work, following their intuition, riding their intuition, like almost as if this is like her chariot that just takes her through the world wherever she's supposed to be. Like, oh, is that the Eiffel Tower? Looks like we're going to Paris, right? Somebody who's following their intuition through the world. Okay, so that's who that person is. Can you show me a what do you want to show me next? Okay, we are going to see a representation of this other person. A lot of stuff. That person's been going through a lot. Okay. Purity, protection, harmony, choice. Ooh, yeah. This other person, you see how they're kind of like in a cave? Yeah. There's still a heart connection between you and somebody that you probably see as having been in your past. Okay? Well, you've been on this self-love journey. They've been going through a sort of they've been on their own journey with spirit. Okay? This person's journey was very similar. About not letting other people's energies infect their own. Not taking on other people's energy as a replacement for matching. Let's talk about this. Okay. That's true. All right. There's another person in this situation. The person who's representing is masculine here, okay? This person has had to go through their own mission of learning what is in harmony with them, okay? Because this is a person that I feel did not have a lot of boundaries. They didn't know how to act in their own energy. I feel like this person was presenting authentically, but also kind of getting walked all over, okay? So that person had to learn boundaries and self-love. This person has had to learn self-love and boundaries in a different way, because it's almost like this person, they would adopt other people's energies instead of acting authentically in their own. Okay? So this is somebody who probably had at some point in time given themselves over to a lot of toxic influences. But it's like spirit has intervened. Spirit has been trying to teach them what their own pure and true and authentic energy feels like, and what is in fact in harmony with that, okay? Rather than looking at external commonalities. Does that make sense? Well, this person and I both like the same football team, so I'm gonna adopt that person's personality instead of like building my own. Okay? So this is somebody who's come to define what is their true self, right? What are their true values? And how can they make choices? Because this person has built themselves into a prison almost. You see this? All this structure on them is the cave. Okay? This is a cave. They've gone inward. but at the same time, I feel like they've built themselves into something that they need to get up and get themselves out of. And they're being guided in making the choices to do that. The choices that are going to bring them peace. Do you see this dove? Yeah. This is somebody who's been in conflict with themselves for a really, really, really long time. We have the Four of Wands on the bottom of this deck, which is the Twin Flame card. The message that they really wanted me to get through is, even if it looks like you guys are not on the same path, you're on the same path. That's an interesting message. Mercury is currently retrograde, and what you may experience if you're hearing from people from the past, that is probably going to fall under the category of clearing out the residue. The way that that message came up in a earlier reading this week about clearing away the residue. There might be old connections that there's just closure is going to come about. Closure is going to become possible. Okay, Spirit, what do you want us to know about that person? All right, that's interesting. All right, we're going to... I feel like that was a lot. That was harsh. I don't like to strike my decks, but I felt like I needed to just like, there's an energy that's in here. And this is also a part of a message about this person, like these rocks, these stones that they've built up around them. It's almost like this person has created structures to keep them walled off from other people. Five of Swords. That's a self-sabotaging behavior. And it's almost like they're really giving me the feeling of somebody who the safest connections for them were ones in which they were not truly seen. And therefore, anytime they want to truly be themselves, they feel like they have to withdraw. This person would love. This person is looking in this crystal ball, trying to understand, how can I be surrounded by other people and be myself? They're learning who they are. And they're learning to identify the kind of people that will allow them to be who they are. They're learning to close out some old cycles and not exchange any more energy to these situations that aren't going anywhere. Okay? This person, you see how she's holding this crystal ball, making a wish, is the Ace of Pentacles. Do you see where does that ace lie? Outside of the structure. They've got to get up and go out of this structure that they've built for themselves. This person has built themselves into a life where they want to be authentic, but they haven't created spaces, they haven't identified spaces in which they're able to be authentic. Yeah. It's another structure. Okay. This person's ready to go. They're ready to move. They've been stuck for so long. They're ready. They're ready to go and be in a place where they can just settle into themselves and not ever have to be anything else. That's what this person desires. Okay? And for some reason, that heart connection that they have to you when they are in that dark and lonely space is a little bit of what makes them feel like they might want to come out of it. Okay? You probably have no idea. But if there is somebody from your past that you've been thinking of and you're almost like, I wonder what they're up to these days. I wonder how they're doing. This Ten of Pentacles is reversed. This person has not found their place. This person desperately wants to find the place that they call home, place that they can call home. I feel like this person, every time they go out, they have to wear a different costume based on what group they're interacting with. This person has built themselves into these habits and patterns. And when they don't want to put the costume on, they just don't leave the house. This person wants more than anything to just truly be themselves in the presence of another person. Okay, so which is a very Eight of Swords energy. Okay, so this Eight of Swords is release. This is somebody, and I love that this is a tiger here, because the tiger to me is all about being fiercely unique, fiercely yourself. Okay, so this is somebody who is beginning to see things from a higher perspective. They're beginning to see that they built the structure that confines them. And they're also seeing the lesson that this was meant to teach them. Why is this important now? You see how she's wearing red dress, going up the stairs. The choice towards this person is choosing their own spiritual evolution because they tried to avoid it for so long. They tried to avoid it for a really, really, really long time. And now they're beginning to see. There's the Six of Cups. Oh, cute little lemurs. And the Seven of Swords. Yeah, Four of Cups. I understand. There it is upright. Yes, yes, yes. Show me, show me, show me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick. The one that makes you scream and said, the one that makes me laugh, she said. Okay, that's important because that's the story that's being told to me here. Show me and I promise you I'll run away with you just like heaven. Okay, this person's having a just like heaven moment, and when I want to tell you about the lyrics that they're pulling me into. Where are the lyrics? This is a song by The Cure. No, I don't want the movie. This is you guys know the song. There's actually, I think her name is Kat Edmonds, and she's like a Brazilian, she's Canadian, but she does like Brazilian jazz, and she did this amazing cover of The Cure song, Just Like Heaven. All right, what is it that he's upset about at the end? Okay, daylight licked me into shape. I must have been asleep for days. And moving lips to breathe her name, I opened up my eyes and found myself alone, alone, alone above a raging sea that stole the only girl I loved and drowned her deep inside of me. I feel it. I feel the emotion in that. This is somebody looking back at, why do I want to cry now? Oh my God. This is somebody looking back and realizing that they had exactly what they wish for now. And they didn't want it at the time. Do you see all this smoke? Okay, we have the Six of Cups, okay? So this person's nostalgic. It's like they're looking at memories as potential for new opportunities, okay? This person is this heart connection was never broken, okay? If you're identifying with the girl in the pink, the female figure here, you had to leave that behind in order to complete this journey. Yeah. You had to, because this is a story. This is probably twin flame. Yeah, they want me to know. All right, Gemini energy is twin energy, okay? So this person sees, oh my God, look at this. The flowers that are being presented in the Six of Cups match the flowers that the King of Pentacles is holding. This person is different now. They're not this reversed king. They've been stuck for a long time, right? The King of Pentacles, first of all, look at that crown. It's like hovering above his head. That's major crown chakra energy. There's also a lot of solar plexus energy in here. Throat chakra energy. This person is beginning to see a truth, and then they're beginning to act it out. But they needed to realize that they had to overcome their own devil. They had to overcome their own stuckness. Okay? Do you see how these two people are tied together, bound together in a very, very toxic cycle? That can no longer stand. And I feel like the feminine energy here was able to cut that cord. Okay? Because you look at this. Oh my gosh. This Seven of Swords, like this, it's the presence of the smoke. Okay? This person's grabbing their swords. Are they 5 of them? Wait, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see them carrying 4. It might be 5. Okay? Because, remember this 5 of Swords? And all the smoke in the background, you guys. Look at how the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords of these two decks, like, resonate so much. Walking away from the smoke is anything that you can't see it clearly for what it is. And look at this, like, divine, mystical, like, seer, goddess, beautiful. Like the bare chest to me just represents all the nurturing ability of the female energy. Okay? These two are the same figures in the, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. This is a point in their past. This was part of this. There's divinity within both of these people. But within this feminine figure specifically, she didn't even see her own divinity because she hadn't been on the path of self-respect. This person didn't see the divinity of this connection, right? It's all like smoke and mirrors. Almost like it played tricks on their mind. And they were like, I'm getting out of here. Okay? Red flags. There's red flags there. Yeah. That's very interesting. What of it is my question. What does what's love got to do with it? What's the Gemini moon got to do with it? That's my question. What's love but a sweet old-fashioned notion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? That's what the cave person is going through. Where did my cave person go? Resolving conflict. Who needs a heart if a heart can be broken? This person, oh my God. I just really like, oh my God, you guys. It's really sad because I feel like this is like perhaps the only person in the world that this person has ever felt that they could truly be themselves around. And they rejected it. God damn it. A new start is coming. So what I was saying before is this Mercury retrograde energy is a time to clean out any clutter, okay? Once the Mercury retrograde has passed, don't be surprised if it happens during the Mercury retrograde, but I almost feel like, how can I say, the lines of communication are being cleared. It might be some time before you hear from this person. It could be well into Cancer season before you hear from this person. Okay, let me... But where? They want me to talk about planetary positions, so I'm just looking up where they're at right now. All right, where is she at? Venus is currently in Aries. It's about to enter into Taurus. That's going to be beautiful. They want to make me feel that by the time, because my Venus is in the 1st degree of Cancer. And so they want me to feel that by the time Venus is in Cancer. Let's look at a ephemeris for 2022 and find out when that could be. That might just be for me. I didn't ask for a twin flame to come back in my life, so... How is it almost June, you guys? How is it almost June? Let me figure this out. Okay, so based on the 2022 ephemeris, Venus will be entering Cancer in July, like on July 19th. At that time, the sun will be in Cancer. I'm just looking at what that looks like. Shit, Mercury will be in Cancer. Oh shit. Jupiter and Mars will both be, no, Mars will be in Taurus. Sorry guys, I'm just checking this out. Interesting. Whoo! Mars and Uranus are going to meet up in early August. I'm not even going to go into that. Okay? All right. Spirit just wanted me to know that this new beginning could be taking shape in the next 2 months. Anything else you want me to know? Look at this mess I've made. This is a whole big old mess of cards right here. That goes there. Your commitment to your self-respect is being tested. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins. Okay? So for some of you guys, one of two things can happen. The moral of the story is, if this is you, like, you're going to be given an opportunity to act out the self-respect that you have learned and that you have internalized. And part of it could be that, like, when this person comes back into your life, are you going to allow them to treat you the way they did before? When you didn't respect yourself? Because, okay, one of the most significant messages I've ever received in a reading is, teach others how to choose you by choosing yourself. Teach others how to treat you by the way that you treat yourself. Teach others how to respect you by the way that you respect yourself. right? Things might be coming into your life, disconnected, separate from this person, that are testing your self-respect, that are testing whatever you committed yourself to while you were on this path. Okay? Help me understand that. Okay, so we have this, it's a void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Some of you guys are going to be given opportunities to begin relationships that aren't really what you want. And saying no to them is the way that you clarify to the universe what you really want. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to be honest, for some of you guys, if this person steps back up onto your path, it's to balance out karma. It's to balance out karma. And I can't say that there's one right way for that to end. Because for some of you, the right way for that to end is that you and this person walk forward together on your path now. Together. Mutually supportive. Okay? Companion planting. But for some of you guys, this is really closing out a cycle. Speaking your truth of self-love and not re-entering a situation that will allow you to be disrespected. Okay? But really what this is whatever opportunities come to you now that seem to test your commitment to yourself, it's once you overcome that, once you reinforce your commitment to yourself, that closes out that cycle. It's like that is the last boss that you have to defeat before you can do the warp in the castle, okay? Before you're done with this level. Let's do that. Here we are. What's the final message that you would like to leave us with? I actually almost feel like the Starseed Oracle is going to do better. Whether or not you guys end up with this person, your paths are always united. Justice is just like the fact that justice is here and justice is here is just absolutely significant right now. And then this is the sacred woman. Do you see this heart chakra? She's got she's a healer. For some of you, a person from your past will come back into your life. And the interaction that you will have will potentially end that relationship forever, but do a healing. Present this person with the healing that they need, that you don't even really necessarily know that you're giving to them. You're just reinforcing your own boundaries. You're not for everyone. Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. There's forgiveness that can be brought into this situation. Man, I really thought we were getting told a story about like these two lovers coming back together. Or two partners, right? For some of you guys, this is just an ability, like an opportunity to close out an old timeline. Okay? An opportunity to go ahead and finish doing whatever this heart connection was put in place to do. Is there any other outcome that you want to talk to us about? Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And then we have wait. It's not time yet. things are being woven, and then this portal came out. Doors are opening, you decide. Rewards, okay? The path that you have walked has like everything to do with the path that you can walk moving forward, okay? The commitments that you have made, the commitments that you have kept to the things, the lessons that you have learned on your journey are going to decide what timelines open up to you. For some of you guys, you have this opportunity to close out an old timeline by simply giving it the forgiveness that it needs. I'm just trying to organize what I've got here because I just feel energetically like I don't like this mess. Okay. There's more that wants to come out, you guys. I know this is really long. And I've got multiple decks of the same size, so I don't want to accidentally fold them up in the wrong place. Okay, what would you like us to know about the connection that you had us focus on today? Any final words about the connection that you had us focus on today, Spirit? Life, purpose, and emotional freedom says to me, look how much this mirrors. You got these two birds, right? This protection energy. What this says to me is now that you've walked this path of self-respect, you have gained an emotional freedom because you don't need validation from somebody else. You don't. You are aware of the fact that there may be somebody out there that helps you in your life purpose, and that a part of your life purpose is allowing that heart-centered connection, right? And they're just leaving this an open book. For some of you guys, somebody from your past, somebody who shares a heart connection with you throughout this entire lifetime is going to come back, and it's up to you. Does this opportunity stand in alignment with what you have learned on your path to self-respect? Because if it does not, then guess what? It's not time. Okay? Commit yourself to your purpose, your path above all else. Okay? Anybody else who's going to step onto that path with you, I almost feel like they're going to have to earn it. They have to treat you differently because now you're wearing a pink dress. They have to, because the pink dress is self-love. Once we are cloaked in self-love, we have completely different expectations and for the ways in which people are allowed to move in our presence. Okay? Your guidance is leading you towards abundance as long as you commit yourself to what you have learned on your path, about your path, regarding your relationship with yourself. Abundance will come regardless, okay? For some of you, somebody from your past may be doing the work that is required in order to be able to join you. So, all right? I love you guys all very much. Take care, and I'll see you later.